Welcome to Million Hour Workweek, where we learn the stories and work life of entrepreneurs so that if you are looking to start this type of business, you'll have a little insight into what it takes to start, run, and successfully profit off of a business like this, and for the community to learn a little bit more about the person behind the business. Today I have here with me Jeremiah Mefford from Real Good Time Guide Service. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Why don't you introduce yourself a little bit and tell us a little bit about your business?
So my name is Jeremiah, as she said. I've been a fishing guide now for about the last 8 years. I also work for the fire department when I'm not doing that. So
Nice.
I'm actually, I wear many hats.
Perfect. Hey, you know, that makes you a good business owner most of the time.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little more than I'd like, but
You know, hey, that's what happens. You gotta risk it to have a rich life, you know. Where are you based out of?
So we moved from Kiefer, Oklahoma, which is not far from Sapulpa here where we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And we moved out to Sand Springs, built a house about a year and a half ago.
Nice.
So we're now reside in Sand Springs and a lot closer to the lake.
Yeah, you know, you got to be whenever you own a guide service.
So it definitely makes it a lot easier.
Yes. What lakes, rivers, and areas do you normally fish?
So we tend to stay on the Keystone Lake. That's where a majority of all of our fishing trips take out of.
Mm-hmm.
The reason we do that is we've had a lot of success on Keystone Lake over the years. Fortunate enough and blessed enough that we actually caught 3 world records.
Oh, nice.
So we had 3 world records. We had a 146.7. Her name was Girth Brooks.
Oh, period.
Caught by James Lucart.
Oh, perfect.
She was probably the fattest fish on the lake.
Nice.
Almost 4 foot around.
Wow.
So
That's
she
crazy.
was 46 inches around. Secondly, Corey Waters, he caught one at 151.9. And then our last one came in at 164 pounds even.
Yeah.
So we got beat by a gentleman in Missouri, a year and a half ago, I think it was. They caught a 164 and 8 ounce.
Come on now. Wow. Barely beating you out.
So they got it, but that's okay.
Hey, you'll get them this year.
We're going to try.
Absolutely. Doesn't that make you a little nervous to swim in the lake when you're pulling out fish that big?
I've had some interesting trips where people have watched us catch some big ones, and they're getting out of the water quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I
We've
would
had
be too.
to go over and show them that the fish was actually harmless before they'd get back in the water. So,
They said, no, I'm actually good. I won't be back. Thank you. What species of fish do you primarily try to
those
fish?
are paddlefish. So we do some striper, catfish, and crappie, but we primarily specialize in paddlefish. One thing that we have recently gotten into is some of the gar
Yeah.
down on Texoma Lake. Now, that is a lot of fun. My son, he caught a 6'11" with a 36-inch girth.
Oh, my gosh.
It was a monster.
That is crazy.
We caught a 7'3" with similar girth. They're a lot of fun to catch.
Yeah,
and they're
I bet.
massive.
Yeah, sounds like it. So are you having a lot of success with gar and keystone?
The gar and Keystone we don't have
the
the
big-
alligator gar.
Oh, okay.
The alligator gar is what we're going after. We're catching them the same way we do the paddlefish. If you go to the state of Texas, what we're doing is actually illegal.
Oh.
But we're on the Oklahoma side of things. So
Yes.
we're not breaking any laws.
Okay,
but
perfect.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, good. How would you explain a guided fishing tour to someone that has never taken one before?
It depends on what kind of fish you're going for.
Okay.
The one good thing that we've got going through for us is the paddlefish, they have to be snagged. They don't bite traditional baits. You can't catch them on a hook. So it's all snagged. With today's modern electronics, it's a lot of fun.
Well,
You
good.
do a lot more catching than you do fishing.
Well, hey,
So,
that's the point of it.
So it just, as far as the success rate goes on paddlefish, as long as our electronics are working, we're going to catch fish.
Well,
We normally
fantastic.
catch anywhere from 10 to 20 fish on a given trip, and majority of all the fish are above 60 pounds.
Perfect.
So
Wow.
we catch a lot of big fish. Another reason why we stay on Lake Keystone is just primarily all the fish that we're going after those are going to be considered bigger fish on a lot of lakes in Oklahoma, to where on Lake Keystone it's about an average fish.
Wow.
So that's another reason we stay.
Makes me a little bit nervous if that's an average fish in Keystone.
And Keystone's got some big ones.
Yeah. Does someone need fishing experience to book with you?
No, we get a lot of women and children that have never fished, and they come out and they have an absolute ball. The kids, one thing that I love about doing this job is the memories that I see made. And when you see a kid catch a fish that's bigger than they are, I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, it's more fun to take a group of kids a lot of times than it is anything else.
Well, that's sweet.
It is a lot of fun. But I've gotten many times people have never even touched a rod and reel, and they come out and just have a blast.
Well, that's good. And I would assume that you supply everything,
yes,
right?
Ma'am.
Okay,
all
perfect.
the gear, all the tackle.
Good. Before we get into the business, tell us a little bit about who you are outside of fishing. What does your life look like whenever you aren't on the water? I heard that you did tell us that you were a firefighter. So how does that incorporate into your schedule with this?
So I work for the Tulsa Fire Department. So we're 24 on, 48 off.
Oh, good.
So it's like every time I go to the fire station, it's like a Friday.
Oh.
Now I got the weekend.
Well, perfect.
But my weekends are normally consumed with more fishing trips.
Well, good.
So I'll go in. I go in actually tomorrow morning. I work in the downtown area, Station 4. We make up the rescue task force. It's one of the more difficult stations in the city of Tulsa to work. Not only are we really extremely busy, but we've also, like I said, we also make up the rescue task force. So we're constantly training, whether it's ropes, confined space, trench. But we're constantly training. I've got the best group of men around me. That's the biggest blessing. Being there, it's hard enough as it is, but when you got good people, good guys around you that have a good attitude, they come in ready to work, they perform. They're a blast.
Well, good. So with it being 24 on, is there any time that it can like run over 24? Like if you're at
you catch a fire at shift change, it has happened.
Okay.
I've had to delay some trips because of it.
Oh yeah.
For the most part, we've got good relief. Most every station in the city of Tulsa, the guys show up about an hour early to work.
Oh, that's nice.
They do that for many reasons, and one is to get guys out the door so they can go home, see their family, take kids to school. Kind of gives them more of the day.
Well, good.
So
Good. Do you have time for hobbies outside of your two jobs that isn't fishing?
my son and I do a lot of fishing. Hobbies are fishing.
Yeah,
So
I thought so.
my son and I fish a lot. He loves to hunt. He's real big. My whole family actually is big into fishing and hunting. My brother is also a fishing guide. I'm one of 4 boys. All 4 of us became firefighters.
Oh, well, nice.
Yeah. So I've got 2 of them that work at Broken Arrow, and 2 of us are in Tulsa. But honestly, that's all we do is fish and hunt. So I'd say that's our hobbies. Matter of fact, my brother and my 2 nephews are at Darnell Lake fishing their championships for the juniors. They didn't have a great day today, but they've got 2 more days of fishing, but they've done outstanding, and they're looking to move forward. They'd have to have a stellar day tomorrow. But if they can get it done, they're going.
Hey, and they're going to.
Oh, they've won a lot of tournaments this year.
Absolutely, and they're going to get it done tomorrow.
Yeah.
How old were you when you originally started fishing?
Oh, my dad had us out when we were old enough to hold a fishing pole, I guess. He built a pond when I was a young boy, and we were out there every day.
Yeah.
He did that for us, and I don't know if it was good or bad, but we've all been addicted to it ever since.
Hey,
so
that's okay.
now my son.
Yeah. If it's a generational thing, there's nothing wrong with it. Did you think that it would be a career whenever you were a kid?
I never dreamed of being what it is today. Matter of fact, I would have never dreamed of being a paddlefish guide, to be honest with you.
Really?
I loved to fish for bass and crappie. That was what I grew up doing, and it was honestly almost a mistake that I even got into the paddle fishing. I started thinking about it. It was a Thanksgiving. I still remember it, and I thought, man, I wonder if I can catch a paddlefish with these electronics that they have nowadays. And so we went out, and I wanted to get my son into one. He had never caught one. And from that moment, it just grew.
Aw, that's sweet.
And then I started, my brother and I spent a lot of time out on the water learning things. And we get a lot of time off as firefighters. Like I said, we 24 on,
Absolutely,
48 off.
You get a weekend every other day. Yeah.
So we just spent a lot of time on the water and kind of perfected it early on. We were blessed enough that, we had another few names out there that participated and helped, but we started taking some firefighter friends and seeing how much they enjoyed it, and it just, now we're both fishing guides. So
hey,
it's been,
if that's how it works out, it's meant to be.
Yes,
Absolutely.
and we've enjoyed every second.
What did you think that you were going to be whenever you grew up when you were a kid?
Oh, I think all of us have a mindset of something we want to do as we were kids, but I don't know if it's reality or life or what, but I honestly, it wasn't until college before I ever realized I wanted to do fire department. I started volunteering with the Kiefer Fire Department. It'll be, good gosh, between volunteering and being at Tulsa, 20 years this August.
Nice.
So, yeah, sometimes it takes a toll on us, especially when we're up all night.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun.
Very gratifying job.
It is. It really is. It was there at Kiefer, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to be a firefighter, and got to know the guys just volunteering, started taking classes, and it quickly grew on me, and I realized that's what I wanted to do. The fishing, that was always going to be there.
Yeah.
Worked at Falcon Rods for a little bit. It was I never seen a paycheck when I worked at Falcon Rods because I just turned around and got it back because I was buying fishing rods.
Yeah.
So,
I learned from a very young age you can't work where you like to shop because then you never get paid.
You never get paid.
No.
So, I never seen a paycheck from there. Or never made it home. Let's say that. I seen a paycheck. It just never made it home.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I enjoyed working at Falcon Rods. Met some good people there. And then I started a lawn and landscape business. I forgot about that. Did that for about 13 years. And
wow. Forgot about your 13-year business?
Yeah,
okay.
well, I try to forget that one.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a very successful business.
Okay.
But you earned everything you made.
Yeah.
And summers were tough. And
especially in Oklahoma.
Exhaustion, yes. Yes. And then the droughts and then the downpours, the rains, and not knowing what one year from the next was going to bring. But I did that for 13 years, and there was a love-hate. At the end of the day, I'd have to calculate how much I took home to make sure it was worth doing again the next day.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Definitely, I'm not missing it.
Hey,
but it kept me in better shape.
Absolutely.
Since then, I've kind of gotten a little softer and pudgier, but
hey, it gives you a real good tan being a landscaper. Absolutely. What did your first paid guide trip look like?
Oh, I might even still have the pictures of that. But the first one I ever took, it was a small family. It was a wife and husband. And I'm trying to remember how old the young man was. And I was just getting started, so my boat was not what it is now. Let's just say that. And he caught a monster that day. And good gosh, I don't know if I've still got the pictures, but it was an incredible experience. That young man caught a big fish, and his dad was proud of him. And he couldn't hold it up, but he got to lay down beside it, and it was well over 100 pounds, and it was quite the experience.
Absolutely. Very rewarding first trip.
Yeah.
Were you nervous?
Yes and no, I guess you could say, not knowing what exactly to expect. But the amount of man hours my brother and I put on the water, I knew we were going to catch fish. And I've done things. I've had to change the way I'd done things since the first trip to where we're at now. And now I've got two other guides that work for me, Steve Lippett and Justin Ellington. They fish for me as well with real good time. I'm very blessed. The good Lord's been good to us.
Absolutely.
He's put good people around me, and those guys do a phenomenal job. Never hear complaints. Everybody wants to come back with them, come fish. I couldn't ask for any better. Steve, he's always kind of been my right-hand man to begin with. Steve, he was actually a fishing guide as well. He was on Keystone Lake, and I noticed him constantly out there, and he was doing good. And he had contacted me, and we'd been talking, and I kind of took one out of Donald Trump's playbook, and instead of being an enemy, hey, let's work this out. What's this need to look like?
Yeah.
And Steve has done. I couldn't ask for any more with him. He's done a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
So, Justin, we've worked together at the fire department for almost 20 years now, and Justin, he's always been into fishing and hunting. We've always had a great relationship at the fire department and even off the job, and he became a training officer for the Tulsa Fire Department. So I kind of lost him during the week, but he helps me out tremendously on the weekends. Whenever we have overbooked or there's not enough guides to go around,
Yeah.
Justin takes a lot of the overflow, and he's came a long ways. He's really grown in the guide service, and he's been awesome to have on board. For sure.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
What were you doing in the beginning that you would never do now?
What was I doing in the beginning that I would not do now? Probably not seeing my self-worth.
Really?
I was running trips a lot cheaper. But that's how you create a name for yourself. You got to create a name somehow. You got to get, obviously in today's world, Facebook, Instagram, marketing yourself is a big part of being able to grow as a company or a small business. If you're not doing that or reaching out to people, it's going to stay stagnant.
Absolutely.
So that's a big part of it, is just being able to do that.
Having the confidence in your service.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What did you need to do before you could legally operate the guided fishing tours?
The state of Oklahoma is pretty lenient on that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Most other states require you to have a captain's license. It's pretty simple for the state of Oklahoma. You want to be a fishing guide, you got to get a guide license, and it's just a simple. We'll get on their website and fill out the application and be a guide.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah, there's nothing too stringent on that.
Yeah.
In Oklahoma.
What did you have to supply to get into that? Like your boat and all that stuff. What does that look like?
That is a big expense.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah.
That's and it kind of how big do you want to get or how much do you want to grow? Because obviously there's going to be things that make things easier in life. A nice bigger boat, obviously you're going to attract more people with that versus having what I started with. I had to start from the bottom and I worked my way up. I would say to anybody that is trying to get into something, whether it's, I use mowing as a perfect example. Whenever I was doing lawns, I didn't start with the biggest and baddest mowers. I worked up to those and got them when it was time to get them. Same thing with the fishing. There's so many more guides in today's world and time, and we're all benefiting from modern electronics.
Yeah.
Electronics have came so far that it's kind of mind-blowing. I always tell everybody it's cheating. I wish it was never invented, but I wish I was the only one with it.
Yeah.
But they've came so far with today's electronics.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it is very reasonable to start with, like, not the highest, newest thing whenever you're starting a business. Like, you don't know if that business is going to
That's it.
last and pay for it. So, like, get what you can afford and then move up as your business grows.
Well, and the competition is also, it only continues to increase. So you're seeing more and more guides because people are understanding I can go catch fish. There's so much more to guide service than just that.
Yeah.
There's building relationships, I've got one customer client. He wouldn't care if I use his name, but his name is Josh Humig. Josh has been with me over 40 times now. And they come from Kansas, and they have a very successful financial They're financial advisors, and we use them as well. And they've done a phenomenal job for us. They've been a blessing, but they bring their clients. It's more of kind of a vendor thing. They are just a fun, awesome time each and every time they come.
Absolutely.
Look forward to every trip that I run with them. But yeah, they've came over 40 times. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember because he keeps track of every fish that they have caught for a total weight, and the total weight was, oh my gosh, it was probably over 50,000 pounds worth of fish. I can't remember, but just adding up the weights of the fish, it is insane. And he tells me every time, hey, we're at this.
Yes.
And it's pretty neat because every fish we catch and we weigh it, and he types it in. And we've become friends throughout this as well. And at their new business, they just built a business in Kansas, and they're doing phenomenal. And they've got a wall, and that wall is filled with, you got to catch a certain size fish to get on the wall.
Wow.
And so, yeah,
that's cool.
Josh he's been awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think his biggest one, if I'm not mistaken, was like 138 pounds. So he caught a big one.
Wow. He's having killer trips with you, man.
Yeah, we've had a good time.
How has your journey been with like growing it on social media? Like from the beginning to now?
Social media is a very interesting thing.
Yes, it is.
And if you're hitting algorithms right and hitting things right, it's a beautiful thing. It works very much in your favor. I probably get 2 to 5 phone calls each and every week. Somebody seeing the platform, seeing things, and they're wanting to for me to spend money to have them do things. I've tried those things in the past, and I've gotten nowhere with marketers. I learned real quick in the game that I don't need them. It seems like they talk a big game, and then they never produce. I've had more luck just staying on top of it than anything. My wife does a fantastic job. She's kind of when it comes to social media thing, everybody's like, hey, I seen your post. I said, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
She handles all the social media things.
Well, fantastic.
Even the shirts, the attire. She's done some awesome things. We've actually built a fishing lodge for people to stay at now, because a lot of our clients, hey, where do we stay? They're coming out of state.
Yeah.
And so as they come over state, they're always wondering where to stay. And we thought, well, let's just build them somewhere to stay.
Wow.
So that's worked out really well. She's done all the decor, and she's phenomenal.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a great team.
Honestly, without the family support through it all, my son's always helping me with stuff on the boat. There's so much more to it, I guess, than just me.
Yeah.
There's a lot more than just me. Between my family and my other 2 guides, and making this thing just grow and be successful, it takes a team.
Yeah, and it sounds like you have an amazing one.
Oh, I'm very blessed.
What does your boat have that an average fishing boat might not have?
Well, a lot of people probably have better things than I've got right now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still in some of the first generation of the Garmin electronics. Now that's fixing to change. Scott at the Bass Tank, he's done phenomenal things for me in the past. And the future is looking really good. Garmin's just came out with some new electronics, and I've waited for this new stuff to come out because I don't want to buy it and then 5 years.
Upgrade.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I've kind of drug my feet on it. I went through the OVS 34, which is the most recent, and I passed on it. I'm still using the original. And so when it comes to electronics, I'm probably behind.
Hey, that's okay.
But it still works.
Yeah,
so if we're still doing it and getting it done, but it's even going to be scarier as I get this new stuff that we're fixing to put on the boat. It's going to be night and day from what I've had.
Well, fantastic.
So things should even get way better.
Well, good. It sounds like you're having fantastic success anyways.
As far as just the general population in the state of Oklahoma, it seems like everybody's going with the same things anymore. I can't speak for other states, and I fished some tournaments in Missouri. I think things are changing in Missouri, but They had no idea what we were doing here in Oklahoma.
Oh.
But they have different seasons and different ways and techniques in Missouri than we have here in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Oklahoma, our paddlefish season is the entire year. There's no off season.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Missouri, some of these other states, and they might only have 2 months to fish.
Oh.
So the way we were doing things was
Mm-hmm.
quite a bit different than
Yeah.
other states. And we actually, not to be boastful, it's not just me again, but
Mm-hmm.
we went to Missouri a couple times and fished some tournaments until we got told we couldn't come back.
Oh, you were doing too good.
Well,
they were jealous.
the last one that we had been to, they told us that fishing guides were not allowed to fish in their tournaments anymore.
So why? Because I know how to
If you was a
fish?
fishing guide, you couldn't fish. If it's been less than 100 days, you were not allowed to fish. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But that's okay. Like I said, though, we also understood that here in the state of Oklahoma, our rules are different. So
Mm-hmm.
to where we got to do things year round, they can only do it 2 months out of the year. So we got to perfect our craft essentially, and
Yeah.
it was illegal for them to do it.
Yeah.
So big difference. And so we knew that we weren't breaking any rules. We weren't doing anything we shouldn't have been, but
Yeah.
there was also the understanding of
They were at a
we do
disadvantage.
yes.
Yeah.
So we had some great competition there. It was called the Snag Masters, is what they call it in
wow.
Missouri. So we went over there and had a great time. We took all the kids because it paid out 10 spots, I think.
Oh, nice.
And so you got your boat. If you had 10 people in the boat, you could
Get all 10
spots.
Wow.
Well, that's where we started getting too much attention, and when we're taking
Yeah.
multiple spots, and
Yeah, they're like,
the-
actually, I don't like that you're here.
Yeah.
You got to go.
the people were great in Missouri, though. We didn't ever have any bad blood, or
Well, that's good.
we had great conversations with folks in Missouri, but kind of miss it. It wasn't for. It's like anything else. We could care less about the money.
Yeah.
It was
The experience
the
of it.
competition, the experience, and the kids, and
Yeah.
it was fun.
Well,
And
good.
we'd get an Airbnb, and we all got to hang out, and the families would all go. So it was just a great experience.
Yeah. It was fun just to go. You weren't trying to steal all the money from everyone.
It's just competition was fun.
Do you have to have extra equipment on your boat for like customer safety?
No, again, state Oklahoma doesn't require. We have to have PFDs.
Okay.
Just, everybody's got to abide by the same rules in Oklahoma. You got to have fire extinguishers, your whistles, paddles,
Yeah.
things of that nature, but
Do
nothing
you-
different.
Do you give out safety briefings before?
I do, yes, ma'am. I wouldn't call it just a safety briefing. It's just an overall general meeting right before we go, kind of tell them what to expect and what the day's going to be like. I wouldn't necessarily call it a safety briefing.
Oh, okay.
There's not a whole lot. Hey, the life jackets are right here if you need one.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So
It's okay. Walk me through a typical guided fishing trip from beginning to end after the meeting.
yeah. Well, so as I said earlier, we normally catch anywhere from 10 to 20 fish on a given trip. We're going to be out from 4 to 5 hours. Most of the fish are all going to be on the bigger side, bigger than 60, I'd say. It's kind of our goal is to keep everything above 60. But it kind of depends on how the fish are acting too, where they're at. They stay in one spot for a week to 2 weeks, and then they make big moves. They might move several miles overnight.
Really? Wow.
So being in a really good spot one day does not mean they're going to be there tomorrow. But for the most part, what I've came to understand is they'll stick around for about a week to 2 weeks. The summertime, things get a little bit trickier. They're moving a lot more.
Yeah.
They're fighting harder probably in June. So the month of June, you're getting your biggest fights. July and August, they're so active, and it's kind of based off the thermocline, where the fish are at. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
The weather or the temperature
So
of
the temperature of the water.
Yes.
So obviously, when it gets really hot, that thermocline comes up, and what happens, and a lot of people don't understand this, but a lot of times what will happen is that thermocline comes up. Right now, I think it was about 20 to 22 foot off the bottom, depending on your overall water depth. But that water below that's pretty toxic to the fish.
Oh.
Yes. So the
What
fish.
causes that?
So you got a lot of hard metals and things, and you can really see it on the graphs. It shows a lot of interference. But you've got cool and hot water mixing together. Well, what happens is your oxygenated water stays closer to the surface.
Yeah.
So they have to stay in that oxygenated water. They want to be deeper. They'll dive down. They'll go down just to almost cool off, but then they have to come back up. There's not enough oxygen in the water down there for them. So it forces them to come back up. What a lot of that's from is obviously the heat of the water. But at the same time, Keystone Lake, you've seen it. It's been way up most of the year. Well, you get your rain seasons, May and June, and water rises. Well, now it's hot. We're not going to get rain for 2 months, and now they're going to release all that water. Well, they're releasing it from the surface, so there goes all your oxygenated water downstream.
That's not good.
So, yes, we have right now the striper fishing's been phenomenal on Keystone Lake. We've caught a lot of striper this year, a lot of big striper for Keystone. Anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds is what we're catching right now. If they survive the summer, we'll see a lot of 15, 20 pounders probably going into next year. But we have a lot of striper die-offs on Keystone Lake, and it comes from what we're talking about. And the striper have to have cooler, oxygenated water.
Yeah.
So I'm crossing my fingers that maybe we'll get a relief from this hot. If not, we're going to see a big striper die off. The small ones tend to survive it. The bigger, larger ones, they don't survive it.
Man, that's rough.
So hopefully with any luck, we'll get something to cool the water down, or we're going to see a lot of striper floating.
Man. How do you keep track of when they move?
That's where the electronics come into play.
Oh, okay.
We got to go find them.
You just drive around until you can find them a little bit?
We got an idea most of the time. Well, and having, especially when Steve and Ellington are out there, that's a easy deal whenever you got 3 boats and you can call one up, hey, are you on fish?
Yeah.
Most of the time we're gonna find them. I've had some days where we had to look for them for 2.5 hours.
Man.
We always find them though.
Yes.
But
yeah.
they've been tough in the past, but we're looking for bigger fish. So
if you guys are all out at the same time, are there any times that you guys fish in the same spot at the same time?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. We even have little games we play.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like competition?
Sometimes. I always try to get competition going on the boat. If I can get some bets going on the boat, it normally makes for a fun time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You were trying to get the crew to come back and be on the podcast with you whenever I ran into you.
So if we can get friendly wagers going on the boat, there's always got to be some kind of bet at the end of it.
Hey.
The recent couple I had a couple the other day. They came out and they were both targeting this fish that we were chasing, and I stopped them right there. I said, "Okay, what's the bet? What's the bet? If who catches it and this and that?" And they bet on laundry for a month.
I knew it was going to be laundry. That's immediately what came to my mind.
They bet on laundry for a month.
Yeah.
Guess who won? She beat him.
Perfect.
So
I bet she was having a fantastic day.
I hope he upheld his end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine would have either been laundry or dishes. Those would be the two that I would have bet.
Yeah, but I was like, well, you're a brave man. Laundry for a month. That's pretty brave.
Yeah.
But they didn't have kids yet. So
okay.
They were way too happy, too. So you could tell instantly. There's no kids involved yet.
Yeah. You said you're not folding a million socks out of your laundry. Do the customers get to pick that time of day, or do you have a strict time schedule?
Kind of depends on time of year and whether or not I'm coming off from the fire station or not.
Oh, okay,
If I'm coming from the fire department, I've got to kind of play with the schedule there a little bit.
Yeah.
But most everybody's always understanding. The heat of the summer, I'd like to start around 7 o'clock. But when I'm coming from the fire station, it's normally about an 8 o'clock takeoff.
Yeah.
So.
Are you pretty consistent every week after you get off the fire station?
We can stay busier than
the week,
but the weeks depend. So much of this is based off time of year too. As you get into springtime and late spring, early summer, everybody's wanting to go fishing. So I stay pretty booked out those months. As you get now, we're kind of coming back into the school year. We're coming into hunting season. A lot of the clientele that I do get, they hunt.
They hunt, yeah.
So there's obviously some, and we like to hunt too. So I try not to, I'm watching the hunt schedule.
everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not that I hadn't shot one in a long time, but I love to take my boy out. He got him 2 really nice ones last year, and I love hunting with him. So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Well, that's nice that you also let like your guides have time to go hunt and your customers have time to go hunt, because I mean, my dad would cancel work to go hunt. Like, it's very important. Yeah. How do you customize the trip to, like, if they're a beginner or to, like, if they're experienced? Do you customize it at all?
I do in my own mind.
Okay.
So a lot of things I have to make adjustments to people, right? Okay. So everybody, what I'm seeing and the way I'm saying it, communication's the big part of it, and how I communicate things. But I do have to adjust, and if you come out there with me, you're going to see kind of what I'm talking about, referring to. But yes, I have to. The ones that are good, yes, they're normally really good. Good. They do really well. Yeah. And as I'm making adjustments to certain people, for whatever reason, maybe they're missing the mark on their cast. Yes, it's if they're not getting it, and I'm telling them, oh, do this, do that, and they're still not doing it. Yes.
Well, perfect. What do you do with the fish that are caught? Do you have the option to keep it, or do you catch and release?
That's a great question. I kind of like that question. So I'm more on the conservative side of things or conservationist side of things for these fish. The wildlife department's been great. Jason Schooley over there for the wildlife, he's the #1 biologist for the paddlefish here in the state of Oklahoma. They have been so great to me. There's several of them, and they make a great team, and they've made Oklahoma paddle fishery what it is today, one of the greatest in the world. We've got some lakes that I would say might be the most populated lakes in the world when it comes to paddle fishing, and it comes down to those individuals making that happen. They've done extensive studies, and they know these fish inside and out. And so I'm a big proponent, I'm big on just catch and release. Now, I do allow people to keep fish, but it's 50 pounds or less. So as I said earlier, we try to keep everything above 60 pounds. If somebody's wanting to take one home, I'm not opposed to that, but we're going to go catch big fish all day, and then at the end of the day, we'll let somebody take home a smaller fish. Yeah. Because it doesn't bother me. It takes a lot of years to get those fish as big as they are. The 151.9 pounder, the second world record, she was tagged, and she was tagged at 2 years in her life. She was born in, I think it was 95. Don't quote me on that. Wow. I think she was tagged in 97, and she was 25 years old whenever we caught her. Dang. So they live for a long time. Their life expectancy in Oklahoma, according to the biologist, is about 30 years. Wow. That's an extremely old fish. They're probably on their way out at that age. But if you go to states like Montana, Montana have them, and they've got documented fish well over 60 years old.
Wow. What's the difference?
Our heat. So you take the water temps. Our fish grow fast in Oklahoma, but they die fast. Yeah. So there's obviously good and bad. They're just not going to get as old as what they do in other states. But, yeah.
Well, dang. This Oklahoma heat's killing the fish and everything. Who is your typical customer?
I get a lot of folks from, I'd say my biggest states are probably Texas, Kansas, and Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska. That's so random.
A lot of Nebraska.
Really?
I've made so many great relationships out of Nebraska. It's crazy. Yeah. I could go all day from people from all 3 of those states. But matter of fact, Matt Beatty at Beatty Outdoors, we've got a hunt coming up with them. He owns a big outfit up in Nebraska. He's doing great things. He just bought a ranch in Oklahoma. He's going to be doing some exotic games, and I've met great people throughout this. I've got to fish with all walks of life.
Yeah.
Tess Monty, one of our local news reporters, came out.
Yes.
I've got to fish with Tess. I've got to fish with Danny Boy O'Connor. Yeah.
Well, good. Where's the farthest customers came from?
I had someone come all the way from Africa.
What? Wow. That's cool.
That was a fun experience.
Well, dang.
Yeah.
Were you just one of the excursions they came
They
for while
came,
were here?
I cannot remember all the details. I think they were here for business.
Oh, okay.
And whoever they were with knew of me and said, let's go.
Oh,
and so
well, fantastic.
they showed up, and they had an awesome experience. I had a great day that day. So
Great. What is the funniest thing that has happened with a customer on your boat?
oh goodness, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start on that. I've seen a lot of things happen.
Really?
You never know what to expect out there.
Yeah.
I entertain. So when I'm out there, I become an entertainer. That's a big part of it. Whenever folks come to fish with me, I'm trying to provide them the best experience I possibly can.
Absolutely.
So there's more to it than just the fishing side of things.
Yeah.
I love to build relationships with people. I love to show them a great time. If they're going to pay the money to come out, they're not looking just for fish. They want good company. They want a good time. They want good memories. They want the experience.
Yes.
And so there's so much more to it than just the fishing side of it.
Yeah.
Depending on how my night was at the fire station the night before, sometimes that dictates how much energy I bring to the table. But for the most part, I tried to bring the best of myself each and every time.
Well, good.
I want to be feeling good. I don't know, if I'm not feeling well, I still push myself as hard as I can to give them that experience. There are times that I'm like, oh, I don't want to be here, but it's not because of the individuals on the boat. It's because I know I can't give them what I want it to look like.
Yeah.
I'm pretty hard on myself, and I don't feel like I gave them what I was looking for. It's not a good feeling for me.
Yeah. Sometimes we're our own worst critic, because I do the same thing where I will get done with an interview and I'm like, man, they hated me. And then they'll be like, no, I thought it was great. And I'm like,
now,
okay,
see,
perfect.
I don't ever feel like they hated me.
Well, I
don't ever get that feeling. I couldn't tell you how many times I've got the compliment. This isn't me trying to boast, or it's how many times I've been fishing with so many guys, and you're the best guide I've ever been with. I think it goes back to that understanding of what I'm trying to provide for those people.
Yes.
I want them to have the best possible experience out there. And I've been with several fishing guides over the years, even as far as Alaska, and it blows my mind when I go with some of these fishing guides, the lack of the things I try to provide to the individuals, the fun, the enjoyment, the positive attitude.
Yeah.
And I've been with guides where they don't talk, they don't say nothing, they're not trying to help. You're watching how they're interacting with everybody on the boat, and you're just thinking, man, how have you made it this long?
Yeah.
To me, it's more than just going out there and trying to catch fish. And my brother, Steve, Justin, there's a reason that you're seeing these guys be so successful, and it's because they want people to have fun. You know, my brother's with Keystone Lake Paddlefish Charters out there on Keystone. He does a phenomenal job. He's good with his clients as well. We love what we do. I think that's the difference. We really love what we do.
Yeah.
And I hope that each and every individual that steps on the boat, they see that when they leave. I know they do with my other guides because they tell me.
Yeah.
And so throughout the years of doing this, I cannot but one trip, maybe two trips out there where I just thought, okay, I'm ready for this trip to be over because of the individuals on the boat. But I would say it's the difference in how many I get of that. It's not even close.
Yeah.
That is so few and far between, because whenever our energy comes out, their energy comes out. I think when that energy's not there, or they don't care. I had one gentleman, I'll never forget this. He was on the boat, and I'm trying everything. I'm digging, trying to have fun with this guy, and I'm getting nothing from him. And he's not saying much. He's not interacting hardly at all. And we get done for the day, and he steps off the boat onto the dock, and he tells me, that was the best fishing trip I've ever been on. And I'm like, well, bud, you sure didn't show it out there.
Yeah.
I thought you hated my guts, kind of like what you're saying. And
Yeah.
it floored me that time. But I think it comes to, I try to understand people. I try to see, what they're enjoying, what they're not. And that was just his personality and who he was. You're just not going to relate to everybody, or they've got that personality that's so hard set in stone that he had the best time ever fishing, and I'm thinking he's hating every second of it.
Yeah.
And anyway, I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
It just kind of caught me off guard, I guess. But,
Sometimes the RBF gets the better of us.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the same way. I have a face where, like, it looks like I'm having a terrible time and I'm in a terrible mood, but I'll be having a 10 out of 10 time, like the best time. And people will be like, "Are you mad?" And I'm like, "No, I'm doing great." Like, so sometimes it just gets the better of us. We just don't really know it's on there. But yeah, I could understand that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that he told you after instead of just like letting you know or letting you think that he had a terrible time. What goes into owning the company that isn't in physical trip?
That's not a physical trip.
Yeah, like what goes into owning the guide service that's not just like taking the trip?
Oh, the behind the scenes things that nobody sees.
Yes. What are some of those?
Oh, these are not fun to talk about. See, I've had a good time. You're bringing the good side out of me.
I'm so sorry.
Now we're going to go to a dark place.
I know.
We should have done this
I'm really sorry.
at the end.
We're getting close
So
to the end.
recently my truck was involved, my boat was involved, and a gentleman, he tried to park his truck inside my boat. He rolled his truck inside and hit my boat. Done about $34,000 worth of damage. Totaled my trailer.
Yikes.
And that has created so many issues this summer. It's mind-blowing. For one, insurance companies, you can keep this or edit it, I don't care, but they're the biggest scam on the planet Earth. Insurance, it's mind-blowing how they would just want to screw you over.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't ask for this guy to hit me. But anyway, that's a whole nother ballgame. So one of the issues I've had is I had some guys travel all the way from Arkansas, and they come get on the boat, and we motor out there, and we start to try to fish, and my trolling motor catches on fire. So trolling motor just catches fire. They're like, you got flames coming out. And I'm like, what the heck? And so I try to hit the circuit breaker. Well, circuit breaker's not tripping. I'm like, oh no. So I'm disconnecting batteries, trying to kill power to it so we don't catch the whole boat on fire.
Yeah.
What it ended up being, it was from the vehicle accident. The batteries came loose, hit the circuit breaker, busted it, melted it all together so it wouldn't trip, which was too much power the trolling motor had, caught it on fire. I say all that to say it's the things behind the doors. Sending somebody that just drove 4 hours, having that happen, not having any other options on the table, and just saying, guys, I can't do nothing. We tried for a couple hours to try to work through some things, and it just wasn't happening. So when you have those issues, it's the worst feeling in the world when somebody shows up fish with you, and you're like, sorry, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
So maintaining, keeping your equipment up and running. Fishing is a very costly hobby.
Yes.
Nothing's cheap.
Yeah.
Especially the trolling motors. I bet I've been through 8-9 trolling motors over the years.
Oh my gosh.
So I get about 1.5 to 2 years on a trolling motor well, those trolling motors are $4,000 a piece.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
And going up.
Yeah.
And so I've been fortunate that most all of those have been warranty deals, so it worked out, but it's still it's hours of time of trading out motors, chasing electrical issues. It's your boat's got to be always up and running, because it is the worst feeling whenever you got to tell them, guys, we can't go.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you do all the maintenance on your boat, right?
I do a
assume.
lot of the maintenance on my boat. The normal oil changes, lower unit, things like that. Yes, but if it's bigger than that, I've been very fortunate. Until this vehicle accident, I've never had issues with the boat itself.
Good.
It's got about 1,000 hours on the motor. Now, the trolling motors, the best one out of those ones that I've talked to you about, I had one. You can go through the trolling motor on the remote control, and it'll tell you how much hours of runtime they had.
Wow.
I had one go 972 hours.
Dang.
So it's like 40 days straight of never getting off trolling motor. So
good.
we use them. And we use the heck out of them.
Absolutely. Sounds like it.
Yeah. But
well, I'm sorry I didn't mean to take you to that dark place with that question.
The amount of hours, and my wife and family can tell you, of just when you have things go wrong, as lucrative sometimes as the fishing guide service sounds and looks, you got to be on your A game. Everything's got to work.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
one thing doesn't.
Yeah. How did you keep your cool in that situation? I know it's hard sometimes.
Probably it's more frustrating. I try not to show that. I try not to let the customers or clients see my frustration. Sometimes it probably shows, especially if we were up the night before. But a lot of that probably has to stem from fire department and being around guys trying to
de-escalate.
Yes. It's that part of it's easy for me to not show it on the outside. Yeah. But the inside, it's tearing me up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad that you have the ability to do that because some people do not. And
my wife would probably disagree with me.
Oh, but hey, as long as you do it in front of the customers, that's okay.
There you go.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
That's what family's for, right?
Exactly. You're not supposed to hide in front of your spouse. They're supposed to hear the worst of it. How far in advance do people normally book with you?
I mean, I've got things on the calendar already for next year. So sometime, it probably comes down to a lot of pre-planning by the individual themselves.
Yeah.
And you have folks that really want to hit up June of next year because June's always one of our good months. Out of the 3 world records, we caught 2 of the 3 in June. So June is always highly sought after.
Yes.
It's just a good month for big.
That is the month, it sounds like. Yeah.
And we caught 1 in July. So June it'll book out pretty quick. Some people, they try to call the day before and, hey, you got any openings? That's not an uncommon thing for any guide service out there. I've tried to even do it when we've gone on vacation or something. Hey, you got any openings? Nope. Yeah. So that is not an uncommon thing. I would always advise people if you're going to try to go to a fishing guide service or go through one, you probably want to give it at least a month or 2 and try to get something in the books because if you don't, you wait, it's too late.
Yeah. Do you ever post your last minute openings on social media?
I don't get a lot of cancellations.
Oh, you said actually all my people show up.
It's rare to get cancellations. I've had more this year than usual, but it's been sports related most of the time. And be quite honest with you, it doesn't hurt my feelings if I get a cancellation.
A day off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm running doubles. If I'm running 2 trips in a single day, it doesn't always hurt my feelings. So, or maybe I can move one trip that canceled and put them the day before. I don't require, not the day before, move them from the afternoon to the morning, but I don't require a down deposit.
That's nice.
A lot of guide services do, but it's not my main source of income as well. I've got the benefit of working for the fire department. My other guides, both, they do the same. So if we get that last minute cancellation, it's not going to make or break us.
Yeah.
So that's one of the benefits of that. And we also have that really good understanding that things happen in life. I've had family members die the day before, go to the hospital, and they're like, man, I am so sorry. No, that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay with me as long as I get the heads up. I've only had it happen once in all the years I've been doing this to where we had it on the books, had it on the calendar, and it was a no-show.
Yeah.
That was irritating. It made me start wanting to instantly.
Yeah.
But, the other guides that are out there in the state of Oklahoma or across the nation, they're relying on that source of income. So they're going to take a deposit because they've got you on their books. And if you no-show or try to bail out, well,
they're
now
losing money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that's their main source of income.
Yeah.
So they have to take those. So I have that understanding of why they do that or why they need that, because they can't have people take a day and then pull out last second.
Yeah.
They could have had somebody else book that same day.
Yeah.
So there's definitely on my end of it a full 100% understanding. I've been fortunate that
Not a lot of people have done you dirty.
exactly, yeah.
Since it isn't any of your guys' really main source of income, how did you determine your prices?
That goes back to what we spoke about early on. When I originally started it, I was running trips for pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I think for individuals, especially if you're going into being an entrepreneur or you're trying to start a small business, you got to find your self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
What are you worth?
Yeah.
So whenever we do charge more. Our guided trips cost more.
Mm-hmm.
But for what you get,
It's worth it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like I said, you go fish with someone. I've been there. I've been with other guides, and it's like, holy cow, you're making this not fun.
Yeah.
And we're completely opposite. We want you to have the best possible time ever. So understanding your self-worth, your value, your company's value, there's a lot to that.
Yeah.
And so when I realized, okay, we're doing things that nobody else is doing, and we're catching monster fish, and that's whenever I started understanding the amount of energy, the time I'm putting into everything. My prices were too low. It's time to go up.
Yeah.
So,
have you had have fuel prices affected you guys a lot recently?
a lot of what we do, and now that that's another reason I moved closer to the lake, to get closer. We found a beautiful place where we built a house, and we were fortunate enough that our first house sold for what we paid for it when I built it the first time to what it sold for. Is like, but there goes the inflation, and the cost to build the next one was significantly more. But as far as your fuel, your question towards the fuel, that's why we moved closer. That was a big part of it, as well as the time that it took me to drive back and forth. I mean, you're talking a lot of time away from the family, because now I'm driving 45 minutes versus 5 minutes. So I'm driving both ways 45 minutes. That adds up.
Yeah.
You're talking 90 minutes, and that's just more time away from the family. So being 5 minutes away off the lake, it increases the time at home too. But the fuel consumption on the boat, these motors, it depends on how you run your motor.
Yeah.
You can run
flying
it hard.
across the boat.
If you're wanting to burn fuel, you can burn all the fuel you want. Having an understanding of the lake and where the fish are, where they want to be, and the time of year and the reason they're there, obviously helps eliminate a lot of the fuel cost on that. Knowing where, hey, I need to go here, and here's why. That's been whenever I talk about Steve, my other captain, he was a big part of that. We was always trying to figure out at certain times of year why these fish want to be right here, based off of the weather, the water temps, the amount of rain coming in. What are they releasing at the dam? What's coming in? And you start getting an understanding of where the fish want to be and why they want to be there. So that's helped out a lot. Now there are days, like I said earlier, it's like, where did these things go? That's a bad feeling, but we've always managed to find them.
What weather would you consider too dangerous to go out in?
So the wind in the wintertime.
In the wintertime? Okay.
Yeah.
Because of the wind chill?
Well, the water's very unforgiving if you was to fall in or your boat take on water for some reason. You don't have long in the winter. So the scariest position I've been in was wintertime. It was cold, and we had a hard west wind blowing. Oh my goodness, it was scary. It was, and so we're going across the water. I told them put their life jackets on. We got all life jacketed up, and by the grace of God, we made it. And I'm sitting there. To them, they knew it was dangerous. They knew, but they didn't know what I was feeling inside. Like, holy cow, we're going to sink this boat. And so we made it back to shore, and I had a second trip that day, and I'm trying everything I can to talk them out of it, tell them my experience and what I just went through, how dangerous it is. And they said, nope, we still want to go. And I said, okay, we're going to go, but I got to go to Walmart and buy some new clothes because I am not going in what I'm in. I was drenched.
Yeah.
And so we had a lot of overspray coming over the boat, and we had a couple waves come in the boat. And there's a big difference in just splashing coming over versus the volume of an actual wave of water. Yeah. And now you've got an inch of water under your boat, and that's a bad feeling.
Yeah.
So they talked me into it, and I knew a safe spot. If we can get there, we was going to be a safe spot. Against probably my better judgment, we made it. We had a fantastic time. They caught a lot of fish, but was it the right decision? I don't know.
Yeah.
I started getting phone calls towards the end of the trip on the second one, and I was getting phone calls from all my family members, brothers, mom, dad, just checking in on me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Well, we had seen one other boat, and there was two elderly gentlemen in it. I guess their boat sank, and they ended up passing that same day. And I remember seeing them going across the lake.
Yeah.
So that's probably, summertime, warmer water, probably not too bad. But
yeah.
I've gotten caught up in some pretty bad storms, but I'm more concerned about that cold water than probably anything. Windy, cold water is not a good combination.
No. Not in the middle of a lake, it's not.
No.
Have you ever experienced customers that didn't follow directions?
Well, that's the beauty of what I'm doing. If they don't catch fish.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times, we have this conversation a lot. A lot of times the women and children do really well. Now, your experienced fishermen, your men that are experienced, they do have a tendency to pick up things really quickly. But the women and children do really well because they're listening really well.
They just follow directions.
They follow directions. Yes. They want to catch the fish. Men, we have egos, right? We don't want to be told everything and how to do it. So the women and children are like, yeah, I'm going to do exactly what he says and how he says to do it, and they're catching fish.
Yeah.
Now, that's not always the case. Now, don't easy over there. I see you thinking, oh, I'm the baddest in the room. No, it's okay.
I'm just
because
thinking
there's a lot of men that are really good, too.
I'm just
don't
thinking
get me wrong.
I could probably catch some fish if I went out there.
I don't know. Maybe if you got lucky.
No, you're funny.
Yeah, no. No, women and children do a really, really good job.
Perfect. Well, that's good that you've never had anyone just like blatantly not follow instructions.
The challenge, everybody typically always catches fish. We always are successful in that. I get 80, 90-year-old men that have came out. The elderly struggle a little bit more for obvious reasons. They fished their whole life. They've done outstanding things more likely throughout their whole life, and age it's coming for us all, and they still love it. They want to do it. It's not as easy
as it used to be. And
balance is normally a big part of it, and so no fault of their own, but it's challenging. But they still get it done, and that's just, to me, that's almost as awesome as a little kid catching their first one.
Absolutely.
Just seeing a grown man that's made it to 80, 90 years old in life, and him still being able to get up there and get it done, that is rewarding as anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. And to still have love for the sport after all these years.
Oh, that's 100%. Yeah.
What has been the hardest part of building this business?
I've always been very competitive in nature. When it comes to sports, fire department, everything I've ever done has been competitive. To let some of it go, the negativity in the world, today's world that we live in, the toxicity of comments and things on Facebook, that was challenging because people don't know what they don't know, right?
Yeah.
And the things that they say and the comments that they make, just basically stop caring about what other people thought and think. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. You could post the best things in the world out there, and you're going to have people that are just going to say and do negative things.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's the world we live in. I've never watched anybody's anything and posted anything negative of putting that person down.
Yeah.
And it just blows my mind that it happens each and every single day, people doing it. It's like, oh, my gosh, how have we became this bad in today's world? So I would say that's some of the biggest challenges. When you're starting to do these things, is just brush all that off. Because it did, especially early on. It affected me to the point. It's like, well, good gosh, I'm doing this wrong or doing this. And,
Yeah.
and I wasn't. It's just people
Yeah.
being people. And,
Yeah, some people they just cannot stand to see other people doing well. And it's a sad thing.
it is. I'm
Yeah.
sure you've dealt with it doing the things that you've done.
Oh, absolutely, I have. And you know what? They can be sad all on their own at their house because it's got nothing to do with me.
That's it.
How do you define growth for a guided fishing business?
How do I define growth?
Yep. How would you define growth with the business?
Can you ask that a different way?
So, would you define it as like the friendships you make, the amount of money you're making, the amount of people that you have working for you? Like, what would you define growth as?
So, I would say relationships are everything.
Yeah.
I get so many repeat customers, and they come each and every year. Building those relationships is probably the biggest success that you could have.
Yeah.
And I've made some of the greatest friendships out there on these. Heck, I've got people that I talk to on such a regular basis now that I never knew before fishing. And we became friends, and we hang out and do things together. And if you're not making those memories and those good experiences, they don't come back.
Yeah.
And so if you're looking at a business or a business model, if people aren't bringing you business, it's not a good model. So
No.
I would say it's about building relationships. The money side of things, there are times it's very lucrative, but just as we spoke about, it's a very, very expensive
Yes.
thing as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
The boats are expensive, the motors, electronics. So
Yeah.
the money, don't get me wrong, it's an excellent supplemental income for my family, and I'm blessed to have it, but there's more to it than just that.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's what makes you a good business owner. You're not just in it for the money.
I love what I do.
Yeah. It sounds like you do. Where would you like your business to be in 5 years?
Honestly, I've got to, at some point, I'm going to have to start slowing down.
Really?
It has consumed so much of my life, and my boy is getting older, and I want to continue. I'm going to continue, but I can see myself in 5 years hoping to push more onto my other guides, let them, it'd be really good for them, obviously, and start letting them do more of it and try to spend the little bit of time I've got left with my kids at home before they leave.
Yeah.
I've worked so hard for the last, I don't know how many years, and we built a house, and I am not a framer, I'm not a construction person, and here I am building a house. And so that consumed a lot of my life over the last couple of years. And so thank God that's over.
Yeah.
There was times where I thought I was going to burn it down because I got sick and tired of sun up, sundown, and I had no life.
Yeah.
And I stepped way back from the fishing game, and so I stepped out of it. I lost a lot of momentum. You was talking earlier about social media and things of that nature. Well, building that house, I lost so much momentum. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm building it back. We're slowly building it back, but there's a lot of tips and tricks on using the platforms. I'm sure you're aware of it. And that's where my wife finally said, I can't do it. You're going to have to do this. And she's done a fantastic job.
But it's nice that you have your wife to do that, because like I do all of the production of this, like the editing, filming it, posting it, social media. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
And like I would kill to have a social media person just for that part, because like that in itself takes hours to do.
Yes.
So it's nice that she is able to help you with that though.
She's honestly, she's what keeps it up and running.
Yeah. How are you trying to balance doing this all?
That's part of my problem.
Yeah. Are you balancing it?
Well, that's what I was fixing to say. It seems like I just go.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hoping to put myself in a position that I can slow down a little bit. It has nothing to do with, I'm just going all the time.
You don't want to burn yourself out.
I'm sick of being gone. Well, my son, I'm watching him grow up, and he's 14, and I don't want to spend the rest of this time pushing, and now he's out of the house.
Yeah.
So my wife has been a stay-at-home mom most of their lives, and she's done a fantastic job of raising them. That's the sacrifice that I made to allow my kids to stay home, my wife to be able to stay at home with them.
Yeah.
It's just now it's getting tougher as they're getting older.
Yeah.
So watch them.
You're missing a lot of time with them.
I'm missing a lot with them.
Yeah.
And then the irritation stuff. So, with the fire department being what it is, I'm already bringing a lot of baggage home with that. The types of runs or the countless sleepless nights, and now I'm working all day, and I'm so exhausted by the time I get home. I'm trying to force everything. I'm trying to force that time with my kids, and it shows versus me being well rested and in tune with things and not checking out and wanting to just go sleep. That's the part I'm kind of getting over.
Yeah, you're like, I need a better routine than what I got. Yeah.
So, but I think that's just life in general. As we look at that, the cost of everything has gone up so much anymore that whenever you're trying to have a family or nice things or nice homes, and
it's almost a luxury to have time off.
And that's it.
Yeah,
that you're 100% right. It's not that we necessarily live above our means. It's just, oh my gosh, the everyday stuff, it costs so much.
Yeah.
So if you're not grinding,
you're almost homeless.
It's insane. Well,
it really
look at the homeless population nowadays and how it's just climbing through the roof.
Yeah, I know. Because honestly, like nowadays, a lot of us are one missed paycheck away from being homeless. Like, it's a very real issue in today's day and age.
I don't disagree with you at all. But
what motivates you to keep going during these difficult times?
I am at the point where I don't even know if it's motivation anymore.
Or just your natural habit to just go.
That's it.
Yeah.
A lot of energy drinks.
Yeah.
A lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
It's not all healthy either.
It's whenever you're pushing through 2 jobs and you're supporting a family, like, you've got a lot going on. So, like, no one's going to, like, put you down for being an energy drink fanatic or anything like that. Like, you almost have to be.
You have to be if you want to keep going, because, again, it goes back to kind of what we talked about. I'm not showing up on the boat, and you're not going to see me just tired or not engaging, because that's what I'm trying to bring to the table right there. So that's something that's important to me, is to give that experience of that. So if I'm sitting on the front of the boat just dog tired, they're not going to have that experience that I want to give them.
Yeah.
So that's a big reason for pushing myself even more. But a lot of times it seems like the fire department and even the people I fish with are getting the best of my time, and it doesn't always seem like my family's getting the best of my time. They're seeing the side of me that my family shouldn't see.
Yeah.
Their family, I get it, but when you talk about the motivation, I've been pushing so hard for so long now that I think it's more the competitive nature of myself to say, if I want something, I got to go get it.
Yeah.
Nobody else is going to do it for me.
Yes, I have that same trait where, like, if I set a goal and I continue to work at it, like, if you work hard enough, you can achieve that goal. And, like, that's how my brain is wired. And it's so difficult to take breaks and to, like, step away and not feel the guilt from it, because I'm wired like that. So I understand what you mean. Like, it's hard to really turn it off.
Yeah.
Whenever you do have, like, that drive of, like, no, I want this to work. Like, if I continue to work at it, it will continue to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand what you mean. What has becoming a business owner taught you about yourself?
That's one of them questions, kind of what we've been just discussing. It's taught me, and I've tried to instill this in my son, that it's all out there. You just got to go get it. I think trying to be that example for my son now. Here's one thing that I'm trying to teach my son now, and I think there's some advice to come to anybody that has children and they want to see their children be successful. I had amazing parents. So don't misunderstand what I'm saying. My parents, they raised 4 boys, and we're all part of the fire department, and never been in any trouble. I've been very blessed to have the parents I have.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm trying to do for my kids now, and for anybody out there, leave something for your kids that is some sort of passive income.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I'm working hard on that. My other brothers are working hard on that. That's one thing that I'm trying to do for my family, my son and my daughter, to where they're not having to push the same way. Yes. My son, he worked with me all day long today. We was working on a dock on the lake, and I had him out there in the heat all day long. Never complains. He's 14, and now he's doing so much in life, that driving tractors and cutting and framing and things that normal kids his age have no idea anything about.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to put those work ethics and that hard, and let him understand that. But I'm hoping the absolute best for him, that he does not have to put in the amount of time that I do day in and day out. And I'm hoping that my daughter's the same way, that they don't have to go out there and hustle and hustle and hustle. It's not always the greatest lifestyle when you're watching everybody around you and everything going on, and all you do is work.
Yeah.
I don't want that for my kids.
Yeah, I don't want that for my kids either.
I want them to enjoy life.
Me and my husband have the very same, like, thought process of that, of, like, I want to grow something for my kids that I can then pass down, that way that they don't have to work as hard as we do. Because, like, we're working hard for a reason. Exactly. Like, not just for our kids to then also have to work hard. Like, that's pointless.
Well, and that's honestly, when you was talking about motivation, and I look forward, I got to be careful how I word this, but I also look forward to retirement. The good Lord's instilled it in me to allow me to do the things that I'm doing currently. He's allowed me to be able to work the way I do. He's kept me in great health. I've been very blessed in all that, so I'm going to do it while I can.
Yeah.
And so as I get older, I'm hoping that on the flip side of that, I can relax a lot more.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, it's later in life, but I'm hoping I'm not. I see it time and time again at the fire department, people that didn't prepare to live as long as they did, they outlive their money, basically. I don't want that. I don't want that for me, nor my wife. And so I'm going to push hard now while I can to make sure that doesn't happen.
Absolutely.
Try to make good decisions. And
Yes. Yeah. You have to work hard now, that way that you can relax later. That's absolutely the aspect. Like, that's the point. It's what retirement is. You're supposed to retire and chill.
I don't ever see myself retiring. I'll probably be a fishing guide most of the rest of my life.
But and that's okay.
That's part of being, when you're in business for yourself, you can pick and choose things. So if I don't have to take a trip or don't need it, or there's going to be a point where I start slowing down.
Yeah.
And it'll be, I'm not trying to just turn away business. I'm hoping it just looks different.
Yeah. Hey, and that's okay.
I don't even want to know the amount of hours sometimes I work in the summer months. It'd probably make me sick.
Yeah, but the people around you can tell the work, which is the part that is gratifying about it. Like, your family can tell the work you put in. Your other guide people can tell the work that you've put in.
They put in just as much. Those guys are, as a matter of fact, one of my guides, I have to tell him that your alarm clock is not sun up and sun down. You have to come off the water sometimes, because he will literally fish. I have to tell him, hey, you got to go home at some point.
He said, no, I'll just sleep on the boat.
Oh, he will stay out. He does insurance on the side, so he's an insurance agent. And here I've been talking about insurance, but he's phenomenal at that. So I think when he gets to the lake, he's at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's okay.
So,
if it's truly a passion of yours, that's amazing. That's what we can all hope for in our jobs, honestly. This next part is for advice. It's advice for aspiring guides. So, what should someone do before deciding to become a professional fishing guide? in your opinion?
Make sure it's the right call for you.
Okay.
It's getting harder and harder to get a name for yourself, a startup, because there's so many guide businesses opening up on every lake. You're starting to see changes in regulations. Recently, they've changed some of the crappie limits and sizes of lakes that they've changed it drastically. So you're going to continue to see that. The electronics aren't getting any worse. The electronics are getting better and better and better. And so the competition out there, it's going to be saturated. So if I was a fishing guide getting into this business, one, you better make sure you can make a name for yourself early on, because you're going to spend a lot of money, and you better make sure that business is there. So that would be one thing. Obviously, rules and regulations, that'll be another thing. But I've said this a lot throughout the years. The future of the lakes are on the guides. The future, there's so much responsibility that guides should feel the pressure of that, and I don't think a whole lot of them do. And where I'm going with this is, with the electronics, knowledge is power, right? Knowledge is responsibility, but with all that responsibility part is what we've got to do as fishing guides. All these world records that have been broken, these state records, are being done with modern electronics, and there's not going to be any more if guys are not being responsible with that knowledge and power.
Yeah.
So we can't abuse it. That's why another reason why I'm such a big conservationist when it comes to catch and release for those bigger fish, because I want my son to enjoy it. We're already seeing Keystone go down rapidly. The size of the fish, the amount of fish, it's kind of concerning, because I got to see it at its peak. I got to see it when it was great.
Yeah.
You know, having 4 state records and 3 world records, I got to see it at its prime.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near that anymore. Back in the day, if I go back 4 or 5 years ago, it was nothing to catch 200 to 400 pound fish in a day. Now, good luck catching 100-pound fish in a day.
Man.
So as it becomes saturated and all these other guides start hitting the water, they need to understand that responsibility of preservation for these lakes and these waters. I'm a big proponent of that. It's just, we're wiping them out.
Yeah.
We're wiping them out, whether it's mishandling of fish, whether it's people, they're not breaking laws. It's just knowing, hey, we've got to protect this.
Yeah, you got to respect the fish.
You got to respect it. Those bigger fish, they take so long to get there, and if you take it out, it's going to take another fish that long to get there.
Yeah, like it could take years.
Yes,
yeah.
And you know, I said that those fish had a life expectancy of about 30 years, and the big ones that we were catching, all of those fish met their lifespan. That's why you've seen the lake get depleted of the giants. It's not that a big part of them, they just aged out.
Yeah.
They were put in there in the 90s, and so 30 years later, they're done.
Do they stock it often?
They stocked back in the 90s Lake Keystone with a Missouri strain of spoonbill or paddlefish.
Yeah.
So those fish were introduced. They were actually introduced. I said Lake Keystone. They actually introduced them into Call Lake, which is the lake straight up that runs through the Arkansas. It's about 100 miles from Lake Keystone, and that's where them fish came out of. They came out of the dam, found their way in the river, found their way to Keystone Lake.
Okay.
So,
interesting.
yeah.
Would you say that you should have business owner knowledge before getting into a guide service, or do you think that they could do it as their first business, like without being in the business world?
I think it all comes down to what else you got going on. Fishing is not cheap.
Yeah.
You've got to have something else going on. If your main source of income is trying to be a fishing guide, I know several guides that's all they've done for years and years and years. Well, it goes back to relationships. Some of the guides that I know they're outstanding individuals that fish on Grand Lake, and some of those, Tommy Vaughn, No Wake Guide Services, Zach Rumpel up there, they've done some outstanding things, and they built those relationships over the course of many, many years, so they're going to have their influx of the same customers over and over. Being so saturated, it's going to be tough nowadays for somebody just to start up and say, hey, I want to be a fishing guide.
Yeah.
there are a lot of people that want to go fishing, but those relationships have been built too.
Yeah.
So
it's already locked in. Like,
yeah. So, and I'm not trying to discourage anybody from doing it. I'm just saying, there's so many guides out there nowadays.
Yeah, you're just going to have to network hard.
Yes, you're going to have to work harder to make a name for yourself, build those relationships. Because at the end of the day, so much of my clientele is word of mouth. Mm-hmm. It's repeat customers. Mm-hmm. There's so much of that.
Yeah.
So,
if you could go back and tell yourself one thing before your first trip, what would it be?
One thing before the first trip. Well, every business that I've been a part of, whether it was the mowing business, the fishing business, like I said, I didn't buy things until I needed them. Mm-hmm. That's the way I operate, because I'm not going in debt until I need it. I'm not buying it. But had I trusted myself a little bit more, I probably would have gone all out. And on the fishing side of things, if I would have known then what it is now, I would have gone all out. And it would have been cheaper then because it was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have spent near the amount of money I've spent over the last, I think I really decked out my boat and done everything in about 2021, just as everything was going crazy. Yeah. Quick story on that. I was fishing out of I've had 2 bass boats. I started at a nitro, an 18 and a half nitro, and then I upgraded to a Z20 nitro. That boat was fast. Oh, it was fast. But it wasn't suitable for my customers, for clients. Again, that's big for me. It was my dream boat. That was the boat I've wanted for my whole life, kind of deal. Mm-hmm. Just a pretty nice, beautiful bass boat. Mm-hmm. So I bought it. Well, it was shortly after I realized, okay, I can't do this. Yeah. Not only is it too nice to be bringing these fish in and doing the things I was doing, but it wasn't great for clientele. Mm-hmm. I could only hold probably 3-4 persons, and it wasn't the most comfortable boat. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I got to do something different. Yeah. Which led me to the boat I'm in now. Well, when I sold the bass boat, I called Bill's Marine. That's who I bought it from. And said, hey, I'm thinking about buying a big Easy Sea Arc. This is as COVID was starting to really take off and things were getting crazy. Everybody's buying outdoor stuff. Everybody's buying boats. Mm-hmm. And they said, well, we've only got one left, and we have no idea when we'll get another one. I said, well, do me a favor. Walk out there, put sold on it. I'm on my way. Yeah. So I bought that boat with not ever even looking at it. Sight unseen. Yes. Didn't even have a motor on it at the time.
Oh, gosh.
So I said, just go put sold on it.
Yeah, you said, don't worry, I'll buy it. Yeah.
That was scary in and of itself, because I'm like, oh, my gosh, I just bought a boat, didn't know what I was getting. Now, I knew I was going to be wrapping the boat, so color wasn't a big thing or a big issue. So, but it was still, that's how crazy it got. It was, slap a sticker on it, sold.
Perfect. Sometimes you just got to cross your fingers and hope for the best.
I just couldn't believe it was the last one. And it was quite some time before they had, because.
Another one?
Yes, because everything was just getting bought up. Yeah. It went crazy, but the expense from 2021, I wouldn't even want to know what they cost now to go buy a new one. Yeah.
So, well, hey. If you got it on a deal, that's fantastic. Yeah. What accomplishment are you most proud of?
I'm not going to sit here and deny the fact that catching 3 world records was 4 state and 3 world records. Yes. I don't think many people on earth could ever say that. No. That they caught 3 world record fish. And 4 state. That to me, that seemed like quite the accomplishment, but honestly, just what it's become since that is more the memories, the experiences, the things that I get the opportunity to bring to people, especially the kids. Yeah. It is, the kids, I love it. Yeah. When you see their faces light up, or they're reeling one in and it's fighting them back so hard, I'd say that's probably it right there. Being able to create memories for families and people that they won't ever forget.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Yeah. Especially not those kids. It's going to be a lasting memory for them. What type of guide trips can people currently book with you?
We specialize primarily in the paddle fish.
Okay.
There's, the striper, I really enjoy. That's something my son and I get to do. I like spending that time with him. Plus, this is probably the only secretive thing that the striper, I'm not out to try to educate everybody. I take,
Okay.
there's very specific things that we do out on the lake that allow us to be successful.
Okay.
And it's kind of one of them things that you go around showing too many people.
So you want to gatekeep that one?
That one I'm probably, I do take people striper fishing. But a lot of times they're very experienced and they're from out of state.
Nice.
So
That's
we primarily stay with the paddlefish. Now the wintertime, early spring, we can hammer the catfish. I mean, we will hammer the catfish.
Yeah.
The crappie are kind of the same way as the striper. A lot of times it's not a secretive thing, but I enjoy doing that with my son. If I was to do all those other types of fishing with everybody, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much with my son.
Yeah.
The fact that that's kind of my son and
It's a bonding thing. Yeah.
So Steve is fantastic at catfish and striper, but he's the same way. We primarily focus on the paddlefish, but if somebody wanted to go do it and we know that the bite's hot or we're going to be able to put them on fish, we'll take them to do that.
Nice.
We pick and choose the times we do the catfish and striper, if we do crappie, because we are not the guys that want to take somebody out and zero out or not have fish or not have a good time. We are the guys that are going to say, hey, the bite is not good right now.
Yeah.
We're not going to catch fish. It's going to be, this is what I expect from it. We're going to shoot you straight. If we know that we can put you on fish and you're going to have a good time, we'll take you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we pick and choose those days and times because we want those good experiences. It's not a good experience. You go out on a boat, I don't know how many times, we went out with so-and-so, we caught 2 fish or no fish. I'm like,
well, you paid for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the other fish, they do have to bite. So they have to bite what you're throwing out there. Obviously, you're not snagging them. But we like to know for a fact we're going to have a good time.
Absolutely.
Those are not good memories when you're getting off boat and you're not,
yeah.
filleting fish. So.
No, you're okay. How many people can come on a trip?
Oh, on my boat, I max out probably around 6. We can hold more, but it starts getting a little crowded, a little cramped up, and so I try to minimize it to 6, depending on the size of the adults. Obviously, if we have smaller adults or we have kids, that changes things. Kind of depends on how many kids, and you get a couple big boys in there, and they take up the boat real quick.
Yeah.
So.
Where can people follow you and see your recent catches?
Probably you're going to see, I think, this is why my wife should be sitting here with me. Facebook is probably going to be one of our biggest ones. I know that she puts things out on Instagram. I think she does some TikTok stuff. This is her realm, not mine.
No, you're okay. I'm going to look it up and put it in the show notes at the bottom.
I've contemplated the whole YouTube thing. I've got people that follow me still on some early things that I did on YouTube, and they're like, oh, we watched you on YouTube. And I'm like, holy cow, people still, it blows my mind. I had a guy text me the other day. It was just a few days ago, and he said, we just flew, they're on vacation, and my kids are pulled up the TV, and they're watching you on YouTube right now. We flew all this way, and now we're just watching you on YouTube. I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So it's still there.
It lives forever.
I would like to do it. I've got hours and hours of footage to put on YouTube. Just like you said, I don't want to
sit down and edit it.
Yes,
I know.
I'm like, I don't have time in my life to do that.
Yeah.
I would love to. I've actually considered hiring somebody to do it, and just to see if it goes anywhere. But I've got too many other things going on.
Yeah.
I would love to do a YouTube channel and do all the things, but
it takes up a lot of time. Yeah. You gotta make sure you got time in your schedule to even attempt to do it. What is the best way to contact you to book a trip?
The best way to probably get a hold of me is going to be through cell phone.
Okay.
Yeah, 918-695-0296.
Perfect.
that's probably going to be the best bet. If I don't answer, you can always send a text message. I'm normally good at answering the phone unless I'm on the water or I'm at the fire station. I try not to answer my phone when I'm out fishing with people. They're there for my time, and I don't want to spend it on the phone.
Yeah.
So I don't answer on the fishing trips unless it's something extremely important. And if I'm at the fire station, if I'm not on a run or doing anything, I can always answer. But text messages are always really good. It's easy because I can open it or not open it, and I can see it whenever I see it. So
Yeah.
I've gotten in a really bad habit over the last couple of years of with the house build and the fishing and the department of it's sometimes I'm a little late to respond, but I will get to you eventually. And it's not any kind of personal thing, or it's just sometimes I just want to disconnect from it.
You need a break?
You've heard it going off over here.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's okay. I understand. Sometimes I will reach out to a bunch of people and then they'll all text me back and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need a little bit of time before I text everyone back. It's just very intimidating sometimes.
It's not been long ago. I left my phone. I forgot it at the house or somewhere. And at first, I was like, I got to get my phone. It was the nicest day ever.
Yes.
Not having my phone. I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah, you someone forget it a little bit more. Yes.
But that goes back to the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
If you're not getting back to people in a timely manner, that's not a good business model.
No.
So, yes, I've been bad about it here lately. My wife even helps me out. She stays on top of a lot of my emails and text messages and things of that nature. But it's important to get back to people quickly.
Absolutely.
For one, how many people, especially in the fishing world, I just called this guy and he didn't answer. Let me just look up the next one. And so you can lose, as we're discussing building relationships with people. That's a relationship going. As you're thinking a repeat customer, that's a potential repeat customer going.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's definitely priority. But
it's a give and take of it all.
It'll drive you nuts.
Yes.
I remember, let's see, the second world, I'll never forget, second world record we caught. A lot of those things made national news. It went out in magazines and everybody's wanting the story. News reporters are wanting the stories. And so the first time it was pretty cool. The second one we caught, I told the guy, I said, buddy, get ready. You're fixing to get overwhelmed with phone calls and people talking. And oh man, it's okay. It's okay. He called me about 3 days later. And he said, "Holy cow, you were not joking."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh yeah." On the third one, I'll never forget. I left the lake. It got posted and a new world record out of Keystone Lake, and I remember driving home and I took my phone and turned it all the way off and drove all the way home. I just turned it off. I was like, I'm not even dealing with it.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible, but it wasn't even,
Hey, on your third time, you're like, I know what to expect. I'm turning it off.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Again, blessed that I got the opportunity to do it, but at the same time, I'm glad for my clients. I didn't need the recognition. I'm more excited for the young man that caught it.
Absolutely.
Quick story on the young man that caught that one. This was pretty cool. It was his 18th birthday.
Wow.
So he just turned 18, and they had went to the casino the night before. He won $1,000 at the casino. So next morning they come fishing with me. And I'll never forget that young man saying, the first thing he said to me, we're going to catch a new world record day, new world record. If he didn't say a new world record 50 times.
He was committed.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
And he was on the spectrum to some extent. And I bet you I heard new world record at a minimum 50 times that day. He caught that same day. They caught 4 over 100 pounds. I think they had a 126, a 130 something. No, they had 2 in the 120s. That's right. And it was the very last fish of the day. I said, "All right, guys, let's catch one more. We're done." And I'll be danged if I didn't see that fish on the screen. I said, "You wanted a new world record? Here she is."
Wow.
And I I will never forget it. He still reaches out from me from time to time, still talking about catching a new world record.
Yes.
And he was an awesome young man. I'm so glad for him. But
yeah, he's never going to forget that ever.
Oh, he can't forget that.
No, absolutely not.
Anyway, just a cool story.
That is really cool, and that's such a fun thing to happen on your 18th birthday.
Oh,
like going from $1,000 at the casino, world record fish. Like you know, he was riding that high for weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Is there anything you would like people to know that we haven't covered yet?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. And then lastly, is there anyone you would like to thank or recognize before we wrap up?
Oh, of course. My family, 100%. They're the support for my wife and kids. If I didn't have that, it would look entirely different. I cannot say thank you enough to my other two guides and the things that they do day in and day out. They're, again, just so blessed there as well. And then some of the sponsors that helped me out, and they Meat Hunter Rods, Charlie Crook over out of Arkansas. They're incredible. He's an incredible man. He does a fantastic job of taking care of me, as well as the quality in their rods, and catch thousands upon thousands of pounds on their rods, and they just produce day in and day out. I can't say enough about Meat Hunter Rods. Charlie's been very good to me. Scott over at the Bass Tank, they've been doing some good stuff for me over the last couple of years. They deal with electronics. They're here based out of Sapulpa as well. Scott's doing great things for me. Matter of fact, he's helped me get into the new modern stuff that I was telling you about. So
perfect.
He's been incredible. He helps me dissect things when I'm out on the water. He's been awesome. Multi-bar rods, holders, everything on my boat is because of these people and folks, the sponsors, Smackdown Catfishing. They just continue to blow my mind, the amount of products they're putting out there, accessories for boats, outstanding things. If you're looking to accessorize your boat, go look out Smackdown Catfishing. You're gonna find everything you need. Who else is out there? I've got some local bait shops, Woody Bait and Tackle, Keystone Bait and Tackle. They've done some outstanding things. They've got good quality products that I go in there from time to time to get. I don't want to leave anybody out. I'm trying to thank everybody.
No, you're okay. You have plenty of time.
Pro Guide batteries. Like I said earlier, we're on our electronics constantly. The amount of hours that our batteries are running and trolling motors and what we're putting them through, Pro Guide has just stood this test of time, time and time again. They are a pricey battery, but you're going to get what you pay for. Let's see. I think that's all I can think of.
Well, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us on Million Hour Workweek. I am very excited to see what your workday entails. We will see you at work. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.